Hey everyone, got a nice little stack of comics to review here. Starting off, The Amazing Spider-Man. Nice Scotty Young wraparound cover there. This is issue 2 of the new run, legacy number 966. I jumped on this because the whole issue 1 focusing on Rhino. Peter Parker just started working at Rand Enterprises. Thanks to some help from his long lost childhood friend Brian Nearing, however, Peter's first day on the job was interrupted by a rampaging rhino who shocked Spider Man by having a heart attack mid fight. Spider Man decided to investigate what could have happened to Rhino, but before he got very far, his spidey sense started buzzing and a horde of villains appeared in Rhino's apartment. Something certainly not right. Yeah, we got Shay Harkin here, Maria Osmondi Hilton, Norman Osborn. Of course, Norman's part of the organization that he's working for, and he's trying to figure out the Rhino thing, and he's also dealing with a Carnage style issue throughout here, and while he's trying to find out more information, and then he's also got find out some deeper plans with Norman Osborn, what's going on with him. And I'm hoping we get back to what's up with Rhino and we get a little bit of information in here, but the main story is in issue 2 is focusing more on Norman Osborn, but we also get to see a very interesting character appear where Rhino is. I don't want to give that away, but yeah, I was happy to jump on this run to check out the whole Rhino storyline, and so far, not too bad. I'm really looking forward to issue 3. I'm not sure how many issues I pre-ordered on that one, but we will see where it goes from here. We got Deadpool Wolverine number 4. Our guys are starting to work together more, but we're also dealing with kind of a zombie outbreak they gotta deal with, so they're not the only ones that can't die now. I mean, zombies you can take out, but yeah, they are the undead. What the heck is his name? Uh, where's the gold outfit? Maverick appears in here. Don't have a good picture of him, but right there. And we're also dealing with a kind of a Thor-like character, but he's kind of like has something to do with insects control, and I think he also has to do with the zombies appearing. But there you go. Kind of has that Thor look to him. Yeah, this run's started out stronger than it's getting. I'm kind of done with it already. Kind of like the new movie just didn't. I tried to watch it again and I made it through it. Not as exciting as I was hoping with it. Then Geiger, this is issue 13. I think I just reviewed issue 14 and then found 13 again. I'm still having this problem trying to get everything organized. so I can start reading stuff in order. But yeah, I read out of order for like the third time now with all these. But in here, we were getting deeper into the bad side of the Lady Geiger when I reviewed the one after this. But this takes us back to before they come, as they're coming into the village, and they're finding out more and more stuff, and they didn't know about the nuclear warhead or anything. But when some militant people come, they go into battle, and while that's happening, uh, we get to see Junkyard Joe still in his good mind before he gets reprogrammed in the next issue. And I get this little, there's this little thing in here where they show an image of Geiger's son. Now, isn't that the kid from Hyde Street, the evil little kid? Because he's got the tooth missing and stuff. I'm not sure. I'm hoping we find out more in the next couple of issues, but yeah, we find out that a scientist is being held that Geiger thought was dead, and he'll run into him and find out some more information. They got to deal with the lady going off on all the people that are trying to capture Geiger, and yeah, it's. I wish I would have read this one first, but it helped explain some things that I was talking about in issue 14. We got Gunslinger issue 42. This is this one wasn't that exciting, but we got Gunslinger and the Angel trying to get some information from some other angels, and while they uh, during their battles and what they find out and stuff, they end up having to get somewhere fast, and in order to do that, they Gunslinger pulls out his little prehistoric buddy out of his hat, his little sidekick, and that can turn into a flaming horse. And the horse does not like angels, so when it sees the wings, it goes off, and they have to straighten up, hide the wings and stuff, so the horse doesn't freak out anymore. And then we got this other angel that they deal with. I don't want to give too much away, but there's a cat involved that ends up basically we're dealing with some shape shifting style stuff going on here. Uh, but you're gonna have to read it to find out. But it's all leading up to the giant beast that's we talked about with the last two issues of Spawn. This is finally connecting right into it, which I can't believe it took this many issues to connect into the Spawn storyline. I think they jumped into it one other time back before uh, they decided who was going to take over the throne of hell back there. But yeah, I'm hoping this kind of brings a lot of the different characters separate runs all together. I'm not reading the other ones, so I don't know where they're also leading into it. I would assume so because in the second issue of Spawn, you got quite a few of the characters that are there to help them try and take down this massive kaiju entity that's coming out of the ocean. I think it's coming into Manhattan or something like that. Then we got Hatchet Midnight Murders issue 3. This is really fun seeing. If you remember, caught my review on issue 2, we had vampires involved, and the vampires feasted it on Hatchet, and they got an extra burst of powers from his blood. Well, they came back the next night to have another little snack on their little special character and see what happens. You get to see what happens when they involve themselves with Hatchet, and he's not happy about them being back. And we also have a vampire hunter that's involved dealing with the vampires and thinks that since she can take them out and kill them off, she'll try and kill all the vampires off, and then she can deal with. I don't want to give it away too. There's so much I can't give away. Yeah, she wants to take out Hatchet while he's a vampire, and she's going to find out whether or not that does work. But if you know Hatchet, he does have the ability to manifest or appear during certain holidays and stuff like that too. So you kind of gotta figure, no matter what you do to him, he's gonna be a Freddy Jason type character all the way. No matter what, he'll probably always come back. We have Lenore Time War issue 3, I believe. Yeah. And this one, it's fun watching them deal with their issues and stuff, but she's got this little zombie buddy character that he got in some in a bad way last issue, and they stuck him in water to re oh, hydrate the character, and it he ends up having some problems during the rehydration that mess with him and stuff. But yeah, she's still dealing with her travels. They're dealing with the time goats and stuff, and they're still traveling through time and space to get to where they need to be. But yeah, it just this is fun, quick read. Every issue has the double-sided poster in there. One basically focuses on the time goats themselves, which Lenore kind of ticked off. That's why they're after them, because they ate a bunch of the goats back in the other issues. And so that's why they're trying to chase her down and pay her back. But they'll just end up probably ending up with them having another feast of goats. Who knows? But we got Return of the Living Dead. This is issue 3 also. And in here, this is a very cartoony 80s style storyline going on. But you have the teenagers that are getting themselves in trouble, that are in a certain area where they have the drums of whatever the military stuff is that's causing the zombies to appear, and they're in an amusement park. All this is going on. So you can imagine all the fun uh, contraptions and rides and all that they're going to combine with being chased by zombies. And this was just, it's for being a prequel to Return of the Living Dead. Well, this is Return of the Living Dead. So that wouldn't be a prequel to Night of the Living Dead. It would be, I guess this should land between Night of the Living Dead and Return of the Living Dead, but I'm not positive now. I was thinking that this was pre Night of the Living Dead, but stylization wise, it doesn't fit with the old black and white movie. So that would make sense. Then you're dealing with Return of the Living Dead, which that brings us to our tar pit zombie, right? I get all the zombie stuff mixed up because I read too much zombie stuff. But I do like it, but it's not giving me the sense of the movies. So I'm not really positive on what's going on with that. We got Tomorrow Girl, Chica del Manana. This is a nice lucha libre style story with Tomorrow Girl. I reviewed it for Antarctic Press not long ago. You can check it out. She's in a, well, it's kind of like a tag team battle that they end up doing. But yeah, Tomorrow Girl helps out another lucha libre wrestler, so they can team up and kick the butts of the evil lucha libres. They also have shape shifting personalities. I think they have something where they can shift into other forms. Can't remember if that was also in here or not. Then we got our work life balance story, where you basically got a model, a superhero working together. Not really a model, more like a detective style, but they're very fancy related as far and they go out to these fancy parties and stuff. Uh, they also work together to go after the demons or whatever they have to hunt down. Then we also get our tractor lad story where he's trying to just wants a tractor like his dad, just so he can work the farm fields, but ends up this ends up showing how he got his special powers and what his special powers do and stuff. But yeah, it's a nice thick comic. You get 3 different stories in here, all ongoing, really enjoyable. Uh, got Usagi Yojimbo. This is the 10,000 Plums, part 3 of 5, and part 2 of 5. And we get to see our demon character. She's also a shapeshifter again. Uh, ends up taking the form of a young girl, and then they find the young girl's body and find out that the masked headmaster or whatever, that's his daughter that got killed off. And Usagi Yojimbo is trying to get answers about it, and Jen and them are all working together to try and find out what's going on. And we find out that there's this demon, shape shifting demon gal that basically came to a village and asked for a piece of fruit from the village, which nobody gave her, and she lost her daughter. And because she lost her daughter, she's decided to destroy the village, and our characters just happen to be in the village and trying to help them out. And they're finding out why. It's like all you would have to do is give this demon a piece of fruit, and now they're losing tons of people. They're having their fields destroyed, which is going to affect their harvest for the year, which is going to affect probably a lot of them even surviving through the winter and stuff like that if they don't have a decent harvest to go with it. Then the final one is Zero's Journey, book 1. It's the trade, and it's manga, so you're reading it back to front, right to left. But we get to see Zero just not being given attention. So he goes off and ends up in Christmas Town himself and wants to get back, and some elves, Mrs. Claus, and them try and help him out, help him get back to where he belongs. And while that's going on, you got Jack and everybody frantic, trying to find out where Zero is. Again, Jack uses Oogie Boogie's little nephews or whatever they are, Lock, Shock, and Barrel. Uses them to find out what's up, see if they can figure out where Zero is, and get him back. But yeah, it's a fun story. I thought I read it, but I must have only had a couple issues. Never finished it off. So, and this is book one, so I don't know how many they're going to do, how many books they're going to have for it, but you never know. The manga runs can go on for quite some time. But yeah, that was a fun little stack of books. Uh, Now I can get back to reading some more. More of them out there. More reviews going. I do have the wife picked up a nice trade paperback that I'm about halfway through, but I think I'm going to save that for the Crimson Color Comic Club this weekend when we do the podcast. But yeah, so keep following Under the Color of MS. Rate, review, subscribe, tell a friend, give us those likes. Leave a comment. I'll comment back. Check out Crimson Color Comic Club for our group podcast. And I got a fun trade I'll be talking about on that in a week or so. When it comes out, you can check it out. But yeah, you have a wonderful day. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye.